Hello and welcome to another episode of Hey, That's Pretty Neat. Today we're going to be making paper, or more accurately, we're going to be recycling paper. To do this, you're going to need the following items: a blender, paper towels, duct tape, scissors, some scrap paper, window mesh, 2 identical picture frames, a plastic tub, a Nido chalkboard, a towel of some kind, an ironing board, and an iron. Once you have all of these materials, let's start with the picture frames. We will be making the picture frame first. As I said previously, you need 2 identical picture frames. To begin this step, take one of your identical picture frames and go to the back of it. So this is the front, the side of the detail. Go to the side of no detail. Take this and take your window mesh and place it on top of it. Fold your window mesh in half, or you're gonna have to do this twice. Once you have done this, go ahead and take your scissors and cut out the window mesh. Now you should have 2 nearly identical pieces of window mesh. Go ahead and take one of them and set it off to the side. Take the one that you didn't set off to the side and place it on top of the picture. Now here's the step where we need to affix this to the picture frame. And in this you have the option to actually use something other than duct tape. Literally anything would probably work for this, but I chose duct tape. You can use a staple gun, that would actually probably be miles better, but I use duct tape. So go ahead and just attach the picture frame and the window mesh with the duct tape. Alright, so it turns out it wasn't filming that whole time. That's kind of a bummer. But anyways, what I just said was that if you notice, I actually cut off a lot of the window mesh just to make it actually attach it to the picture frame a lot easier. Anyways, now we have it like pretty relatively tight, and as you'll notice, this is the frame. We got a beautiful little frame here. Alright, now that we have completed the previous step of making the picture frame for the pulp later on, we can move on to actually making the paper. To do this, you're going to need old paper that you're not going to be using anymore, that you've already used. This can include classwork, for example, notes that you'll never look back to, doodles that you've made in classes, letters from you and them, your hopes and dreams, and lists that you never truly followed up with. So you take this paper, and all you need to do is tear it up into beautiful little pieces. Seems like I've acquired a lot of paper, so I'll leave this paper for another time, because the paper right here seems like it's more than enough. What we made earlier, the picture frame, is relatively small. So for the next step, you need to grab your blender. Take the paper that you just shredded up and such, and throw it in there, and there you go. So from here, what you're going to need to do is blend it. Alright, very cool. So if you take our little blended mess here, you'll see you need a little pulp of water and paper, and this is excellent. This consistency is just fine, but you can make it more watery or drier. Once again, it really doesn't matter, just varying on how well the paper will spread. Alright, so for this next step, you're going to want to take the previously made picture frame and place it into your plastic container. Now you take the other one, the one that you didn't touch at all, and just place it, go ahead, right on top. And that's basically it. Now you take your paper that you just blended, and you simply pour it right on top of the mold. so here we are, and I'm gonna just go ahead and take this paper out. Go ahead and shake it a few times. Not too hard, because the paper will actually start to peel up and go woohoo right off the thing. Go ahead and take this and place it on your towel. Alright, so now that you've removed your paper from the literal tub that we had previously, go ahead and just remove the top of the picture frame. Set it off to the side. From here, now you have your beautiful paper. I made mine too thick, so be sure to keep that in mind next time you do this. What you need to do next is take your secondary piece of window mesh that you didn't cut, that you made a duplicate of the first one, and place it on top of the paper that you have here. Go ahead and grab a paper towel. With your paper towel, pat your paper down. Now this next step is pretty fun. So you're supposed to take the two of them. Take the mesh, the picture frame you have on bottom. Now take it, put your hand here, flip it right on over. Beautiful, exactly like that. Now, go ahead and peel. You'll notice right here, look at that. It just removes it. Now just go ahead and ever so surely, you've removed the paper and the free mesh and the actual picture frame. Go ahead and set this off to the side. You don't need it anymore. Now, we have a lovely piece of paper on the free mesh. Now, you have your paper on your window mesh there on top of a towel. From here, you can do one of two things. You can either leave it there and just let it dry right on by itself overnight, or you can take this paper, transfer it over to a paper towel, and then we'll begin to iron it and dry it much faster that way. So let's go ahead and do that. To make sure it's the same process that we did with the picture frame and the free mesh, you take the paper towel and the free mesh and you sandwich them together. Just like that. And now from here, flip them. Beautiful. Now, we take this and we do our best to remove the free mesh from the paper. Here it's going to be a lot easier just because it's not as moist. Beautiful. Now we have the paper. Oh, you can get rid of this. Now we have the paper just by itself on top of a paper towel, on top of a real towel. Next step, take another paper towel and cover it. And this will allow us to iron the paper without it burning or catching, sort of thing. So go ahead and begin to iron it out, and we'll go from there. Hello and welcome back to Hey, That's Pretty Neat. Congratulations on finishing your project. Right here in front of me I have two pieces of paper that have been completely dried and done with the project. As you can see, we have one right here that is really thick and one over here that's real thin, as you can see. I do hope that you like this project and that you experiment with the thickness of paper, what kind of paper works best, sort of thing, and that it has inspired you to go out there and just try new things and become inventive and creative. And thank you for spending this time with me, and I hope that you have a good day.